Aloha all. Just getting this set up. Okay. Aloha Gaia Guardians. I wanted to drop in and talk to you today about the 35th gene key. It is the gene key that is transiting through right now, but it doesn't matter if you're watching this at a later date, it still applies. So whenever this video comes to you, it's because this message is ready to come to you and the 35th gene key is speaking to you. And the gene keys are a technology that I've really dove into over the last 4 years, done all their courses, done their guides program, and do gene keys readings for people across the world because it's a technology that will just transform your life if you give it the time and the inquiry and the contemplation that it deserves. And it truly is a map of your soul's template, and it can give you deep insights around who you are and a lot of the challenges that you're going to face in life. And your challenges are truly your greatest gift. They are leading you into your gifts, your superpowers. So it's so imperative that you really examine your shadows and allow yourselves to begin to embody and step into the gifts that you're here to bring, because that's truly what this time is about. I will link the Gene Keys website below, and go and get your hologenetic profile if you don't have it already. Richard Rudd, who basically downloaded this incredible technology and transmission, he offers many, many free resources, and his courses are also so reasonable for the value that you receive from the courses. It's just putting in the time and the effort to really becoming who you're meant to be. So I will link that below. But let's get on with it. So Gene Key 35. I do not have this in my profile. And yet it's one that is so magical and so beautiful. And as somebody who is a mystic and has always been a mystic, it really speaks to my soul. And it is the gene key of wormholes and miracles. So that just gives you a little bit of clue. The shadow is hunger. The gift is adventure. And the city is boundlessness. So hunger, this lower state that as humans we have all met and we all deal with on a regular basis, this hungering and this longing to fill ourselves up where we feel empty. And this longing and this desiring, this hungering is coming from wanting to fill the places that feel empty, from wanting to seek something out there that will give us the fulfillment, that will fill us up. And what happens when we do that is we tend to fill up with the things that actually are making us discordant, sick, unbalanced. It's not harmonious to our ecosystem. Things like needing material possessions, a particular person or a relationship, a particular job. So we hunger and we long for these things. And we create almost like loops of habits in our psyche and in our physicality that cause us to continue to do the same things again and again and again. We are essentially creating indigestion in our being because we're never truly filling up with the depth of what we're longing for. We're filling up with things that give us temporary satisfaction or that hit of dopamine or cortisol that just fill us up for like a little bit of time until this hunger this voracious hunger comes again, and we want the next thing. We are gluttonous. We are never quite full. And even when we're stuffed with all the things, it's like we're full, but we feel empty. So the vibration of the shadow frequency can feel really, really heavy and really dense in our bodies. It can cause depression a lot, like really heavy, deeply pressing down the energy of our true self, our awareness, our consciousness, our heart, that which we actually long for, which is not the thing that we're projecting onto that we think will make us happy. It's an illusion. So the shadow of hunger causes us to become in this addictive pattern or loop of seeking out there for fulfillment inside. And it can work temporarily because it's like a drug. We get a temporary hit and we're satisfied for a moment. We're happy or euphoric for a moment. And then it's very fleeting. It goes. The shadow of hunger in and of itself is a gateway. It's a doorway or a wormhole to finding the frequency, the vibration of what we truly are in our heart, in our soul. Our hunger is leading us to the union with the divine aspect of self. And therefore, it's a necessary part of this human experience to hunger and long for that fulfillment. What happens is we just project it onto these outside things, which is why it never satisfies. And so if we can begin to shine this light upon the things that we believe, that we habitually put our energy towards, that are temporary for fillers, and we can use the analogy of hunger. It's like, what are you feeding yourself? What is it that you're feeding yourself that's causing you to have this indigestion, to actually, not be able to feel truly filled up in our hearts? Notice the places where you are distracting yourself with things out there that give you those temporary hits. Life itself, when we become present to the things that truly nourish and nurture us and fill us up, it feels light. It doesn't feel heavy. It is something that it's like we can allow it to come in, but we don't try and hold it or grasp it or just like cling to it for dear life. That's another thing to really examine in the shadow. Where are you clinging? Where are you trying to grasp onto something so hard because it feels like if you let it go, you can't survive, that you won't recover if you let this go or you lose this thing? Look at those places. Those are the clues that is leading you to see where your hunger is actually you starving yourself. And so really begin to bring awareness on the choices that you're making and where you are directing your energy. The shadow is leading you to the gift of adventure. And the gift of adventure is the unknown. The adventure is you don't know what happens next. You're not trying to determine or force what's coming in. You have a sense of openness to the generosity of life to bring you the adventure that is your divine destiny. It's a complete shift in your awareness. And that doesn't mean that we don't long. Of course we long and we desire things, but we don't hold or grasp or force them. There's a knowing that whatever is meant to come your way is coming, that you can't miss that which is meant for you. But when you're present, when you bring all your energy into the here and the now, magic and miracles magnetize to you because they are your birthright. But when you're forcing and trying to construct every little aspect of your life, projecting it onto the thing out there that you think will fill you, then there's no space. There's no space to let life come in, to let magic come in, because you're trying to control it all. You've locked into it. And instead, it's almost like if you can envision the energetics of actually like all the things that you have locked onto that you desire, it's like find where they are in your body. Notice the places that you're holding on to these things. And almost, if you can imagine, take a key, turn it, and like open those doors. Boundlessness. Begin to open to the infinite way that life can serve your desire, your hunger, and your longing. Because what you truly are calling forth, you don't know from the mind. What truly satisfies and fills you up is not what the mind projects it to be. Because it's almost this ineffable connection to all that's around you. And when you bring all of your energy, just call it back, all of your energy, because every time you're thinking and trying to force something, it's like your mind is constantly spreading out your energy into all of these different directions that are either past or future. And so you've got all this energy being siphoned out, essentially. And what you want to do is bring it all back in. Let all of it go and bring all of your life force energy into the here and now, into your body, into your heart. So you essentially are calling it all back in. And you can really tune in to the energy coming back into your body if you do that. It's like you are plugging back into your own life force. And a beautiful way to do this is to go into nature and breathe. Just go into nature and breathe. And recognize that when you inhale, like really feel yourself inhale, take your breath in through the top of your head, through your eye, through your mouth, through your throat, through your heart, through your solar plexus. Like breathe in and let life come into you. Let life force, mana, enter you. Become a receptacle vessel for life. Let it enter. Let it penetrate you. It can only fill you up in the present moment. So don't disperse it. Bring it in. Breathe in. Receive the out-breath of all of the trees and the plants and the flowers. Really feel what it is to truly breathe in all of life. And then when you exhale, surrender. Give it all up to the divine force that is guiding this life. Let it go. And feel what it is to be present fully in your body. Because then you'll begin to see the adventure that is presenting in every moment. There is always this majestic, beautiful adventure that is right in front of your face. But if you're thinking about the past or the future, you can't really receive it. When I walk around my neighborhood, I live in the most beautiful place in Hawaii, and the way that the trees and the plants and the flowers, they just jump out. I'll smell them. I'll be breathing them in before I even see them. And I'm so present, and these beautiful flower beings will just pop out and just show me the beauty of life. And I mean, to smell a wild flower and to really receive its beauty and its geometry and its freshness and the drops of dew upon it, and actually like lick the dew off a flower. I mean, there's nothing more divine than that. And I'm fully receiving it. And it's creating magic in every moment of my life. It's creating the wormhole between me as this person in a body and my connection to nature, to life, to the wild. And what that does over a sustained period is it rewilds these parts within. It connects me to the boundlessness of existence, that there is no finite life. It opens me to the eternal. It opens me to the unification, the connection with all life around me. It's seen, it's felt, it's embodied, it's different than any kind of mental knowing, right? And this is the adventure. And what happens as I let myself fully move into that mysterious adventure that my mind can't figure out what that looks like as a future. I'm actually creating a future in the present. I'm actually so present that I'm magnetizing to me so much life. And that adventure, what that has done for me, it has literally reconstructed my cells, my organs, my blood, my DNA. It has shifted my ability to see myself as nature, as Mother Earth. And that, in turn, opens up the keys of boundlessness. It opens up the portals to awareness that let me begin to see outside of the confines of a 3D reality into this infinite, more mysterious place of creation. And in that seeing, it's like there's this ability, this boundless ability to like merge with life, to be filled up with divine knowing, with divine union, with this co-creation and this co-birthing with something so much grander and vaster than the little identified me. And yet, simultaneously, this life becomes this incredible orgasmic like birthing of fresh, new, never before seen or fathomed creations, and they just come through. It's like there's no force, there's no effort. It's just like these epiphanies roll through, and then they literally come through me with very, very little effort. And it's like time truly begins to dissolve. It doesn't, everything is happening in the now. There's this timeless quality. So no matter what I'm doing, whether it's the mundane of washing the dishes or sweeping the floor or making a video, there's a quality to the energy of how I do it that fundamentally connects me so deeply to my own divinity that it's all glorious. It's all ecstatic. Like the seeing of the bubbles on the dish when the light hits it and the rainbow in it, and then the geometries that arise from that. It's complete magic. It's complete ecstasy in every moment. I'm breathing it in. I'm not asking life to be any different than it is. And yet, from this energetic standpoint, I get to meet it with every part of my being, with every cell, and my senses become heightened, my outer senses and my inner senses. And this really truly creates wormholes to other dimensions, to completely different worlds that I see in nature every single day. I see the aliveness and the beings and the lights that move through the leaves of a tree. I see the plants and the ecosystems that come together and speak to one another, and I can sense it, I can feel it, because I am it too, because I'm bringing all of my awareness into the here and now. And I'm meeting everything fully. It's like I'm penetrating with my awareness, and then I'm receiving its awareness. It's this co-creative dance that happens that opens up a portal to fully receiving and fully giving. And even though, like, so often I'm doing that in nature, but it translates then into my everyday life in ways that people just come into my life that activate me and catalyze me in new ways that are unimaginable. Like the pure magic and the new and fresh ideas that are coming forth, that are coming from within. I think this key is the key to really understanding that it's all an inside job. That it's all an inside job. That every problem that you believe there to be in the world, it's inside. It's inside. We are the microcosm of Mother Earth. We are the microcosm of the divine consciousness, right? This is the wormhole. This is the boundlessness. This is the adventure. It's miraculous. It's miraculous. And it's such an ecstatic dance that I really want to bring everyone into this awareness. Just bring everything that you think is wrong, everything that you believe you need. If you can come to this point within where you feel your connection to life, to consciousness, to awareness, to the divine, as if it is constantly making love to you and you are constantly giving and making love to it. It's like you become a conscious creator. This is the gene key of magic and miracles and connecting to that which you truly hunger for. It's not a thing. It's an essence. You hunger for the perfume of your own essence to be merged back into the essence of the divine that you are, to be making love to self and creation in every moment. This gene key intoxicates me. It brings out the ecstasy in me. So all of this to bring this gene key into coherence for you. It's like, let go of your hunger for the things of the physical world and connect to that adventure within. Connect to your freshness and your beauty and your divinity. Connect so deeply to the present. Bring all your energy that you are siphoning into the past or the future. All of your thoughts that are just spreading out your energy and causing you to become depleted and hungry. Can you just bring it all back in and tell your heart, your little one, that it's all okay, that this life is a grand adventure, that ultimately it's a dream, but you are the dreamer. So it can be a nightmare, or it can be the most beautiful dream that you can fathom. But bring all of your energy to the here and now, and bring deep presence to every moment. See what is right in front of you. Your life is always leading you into your divine destiny. But we can't see it because we're too busy. We're too busy hungering for that which has not yet occurred. But that, when you let it go, when you truly let it go and you become present, the adventure of life will astound you. The freshness and the newness of what actually you're longing for becomes known. It becomes known. And you step into this boundless place where all is possible. And it's possible because you've released your ideas about it. Because what is possible, actually, your mind can't even fathom. You can't even fathom the possibility. So you have to let go of all your constraints and all of your boundaries to become boundless. And this is what this gene key can lead you into if you deeply take it inside you, contemplate and inquire about it in your daily life. And it will unlock pure potential beyond your wildest dreams. So I hope you've enjoyed the 35th gene key. And and let me know if you have it in your profile and where you have it and your contemplations on it and what it's opened up for you. And if there's any other gene keys that you really want to speak to and know about, or just share whatever it is that you've learned or whatever questions you have. And together, we truly do catalyze one another, especially when our templates and our codon rings come together. We activate these codes together, which is why it's really important for us to really come together to do this as a group, because we truly do catalyze massive shifts in one another. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much. And I love you all. Thank you, Gaia Guardians. Mwah. Blessings.